Les Mills is a high-intensity workout for people who are wanting to really take the fitness to the next level. Pregnancy is not a time to begin pushing the body and taking it to its limits. Please watch the video to practice the moves and to find the modifications which is best for you. This is Angela, and I'm Dell, and we're Memorial Health and Lifestyles Grid Coaches. Welcome to our video. All right, we're going to begin by Angela starting with a plate squat. So she's going to pick up her plate. She's going to get her feet just slightly wider than the hip distance. Plate's level to her chest and elbows are slightly in front. She's going to sit back into a squat, getting her bottom just slightly above her knees, keeping the knees tracking over the toes, and then she's going to come back up to the top, bracing those abs every time she does, keeping her chest pointing forward. Now Angela's going to lift her plate up overhead, keeping the plate slightly in front of her face, and then she wants to keep those elbows soft. Abs are braced each time she does it, and she's looking straight ahead. Thank you, Angela. She's going to go ahead and stop there, and we're going to do push-ups on the floor. So you can grab a mat in class. If you're coming to class, grab a mat so you can put your knees down there or place your hands on there. So we're going to do a full plank. Angela's going to be long, straight and strong with her back. Her head is an extension of the spine. You can be on your toes, or, Angela, drop down, you can be on your knees. And if you are on your knees, make sure your toes are staying down on the floor at all times. She's going to bend her elbows and come down chest height, and then she's going to push that back up. Remember not to allow your head to drop down. Go ahead and continue, Angela. She's going to do it a couple times. You can take your legs a little bit wider if you want to get better base. Now we're going to go into this Superman. And the Superman is where she's going to go ahead and drop it down into a push-up and then come up and extend one arm out in front of her. The most important part on this one here, very similar to a push-up, is that you don't want the hips to shift. So you want to hold this and keep this really engaged and nice and tight as you lift that arm up. So the option would be go ahead, take it down on your knees and do the same thing, pushing down and coming up, keeping your head long and your back long, straight and strong. Or the other option would be an elbow plank. She can come all the way down at her elbows, and you can just stay here. It can be on her toes, or she can shift down onto her knees if you get tired at any time. You want to make sure you're not stressing out the lumbar spine, but pulling the abdominals into the spine to keep that back engaged and those abs engaged. So from here, we're going to do the mountain climbers. On the mountain climbers, you can be in a plank position once again. The knees are coming in towards the chest one at a time, and she can take it as fast or as slow. So if you're someone that maybe is not used to doing it, Angela's going pretty quick here. Angela, go ahead and slow it down and demonstrate. You want to keep your hips down, your shoulders are directly over the wrists, your abs are braced. Now, the option would be go ahead and take it all the way down on your knees, Angela. So the option would be she could take one knee at a time, and it's slightly turned out to the side. The other option would be to come down on your elbows if you have any wrist issues, and she's going to do it here. She's going to get in a hover first, and she can come up into a hover, and then she can take the knees out to the corners, out to the sides. There you go, like a Spider-Man instead of the Superman. There you go. The other option would be down on your knees, bringing the knees out to the corners and out to the sides. Just like that. Nice job, Angela. So Angela's going to go ahead and come on up. Thank you. All right. So we're going to go ahead and pick up the plate once again, and we're going to do a bent over row with a forward plate raise. So Angela's going to sit back, hinging from the hips, pulling the navel into the spine. Her head is in back, are nice and straight, the plate hanging down low. She's going to pull the plate towards her chest, squeezing between your shoulder blades. She's going to do a few of those, and now she's going to do a forward raise, bring the plate up here high, keeping everything engaged and making sure that her abdominals are staying in place. The knees are tracking over the toes, the feet are about hip distance apart. Nice job. If you have any shoulder issues and you don't want to raise the arms up above, then continue just doing the plates, the low rows here. Perfect. Good job, Angela. So we're going to do backward stepping lunges. On the backward stepping lunges, you can have the plate or not use the plate at all. So Angela's going to take her feet hip distance apart, and then she's going to step one foot back wide and far, and she wants to drop this down. And when she does that, you want to make sure that the knee's tracking over the toes, but that her quad is getting parallel to the floor. She's going to alternate these back. There you go, keeping her back nice and straight. Her abs are engaged. So the abs are braced nice and tight, and she's going to add the arms overhead. Every time your arms go up, you need to really brace those abdominals to protect everything here. Plate should be nice and level. She's looking straight ahead. Now keep your feet hip distance apart as you do this. The option is, if you have shoulder issues, don't raise the plate. Keep the plate at the chest height. There you go. Now let's show a side view of that one, Angela. So from a side view, as she goes back, go ahead and take it back and hold it there. I want to make sure you keep your knee right here in line behind the toe. There you go. And she's keeping her back nice and straight. Good job. Thank you. All right. So we're going to move on here. We're going to do a diagonal lunge. So the diagonal lunge, the plate is still at the collarbone, but this is one of the new moves that most of us have not seen before. You're going to take your toes and point them out to the corner so that front foot goes out to the corner, the back leg remains straight as the front leg bends. Steps it back in, and she's going to go to the other corner. So remember, we're going to do the diagonal. I'm going to have you do it to the front view so that they can see how it looks. So she's going to step to the right corner, keeping the back leg straight, stepping it in, and then the other leg to the other corner. Now, remember, you don't have to go so low. So the option is to get down. If you have a knee pain or knee issues, you can just go down a little bit. Take it at a little, just not as deep. There you go. Now, we're going to add the overhead plate raise. Really brace the abs on here. There you go. So Angela's going to shorten her range of motion this time. Not as wide, Angela. Take it a little bit closer. Pull that belly button in. Good. There you go. Nice job. And one more. Beautiful. All right. So we're going to go ahead and put that plate down. And we're going to do a clean and press. Angela needs to grab her bar. At this point, we're going to be using the bars. Clean and press is one of those that are one of the hardest moves for everybody to learn. As Angela pulls that plate up, take it in slow motion, Angela, she's going to come up and you notice her elbows came up high and then she caught the bar. She also she's in a squat. She's going to reach and push those arms up overhead, hold it there, elbows are soft and slightly in front. And now she's going to catch that bar once again into a little squat, and then she's going to bring the bar back down, leading with the elbows. Now you'll notice as Angela does it from a side view, how close the bar actually is to her chest. As she flips it up, it's very close, pushes it up overhead and comes back down. She's sitting back into a squat slightly above her knees, push her butt back, brace those abs, and every time she reaches overhead, you need to be really engaging. Now, Angela's also going to do a heel raise with this to give more power. As we know, by lifting this bar overhead, the power comes from the legs. And as she lifts up into the heels, she's able to push a little bit higher, get a little bit more work. Go ahead and stop right there, Angela. Nice job. Go ahead and put that bar back down, please. So our 1-minute challenge, we're going to be doing a 1-minute challenge. It starts this Monday, February 2nd. And don't forget, you can pick up your cards in class. You can test it each week if you want to, or you can test it once at the beginning of the session, 6 weeks out, and 12 weeks out at the end of the session to see how good you do. This is for every class that we offer, all of our grit classes. And we're going to begin by doing a squat burpee with a lateral squat jump. Now, you can do it, we're not going to do it with a plate or jumping over anything else. You can just jump on the floor. So she's squatting, hold it there. There's her plank, back long, straight and strong, legs are wider. She's going to hop it back in. Now she's going to stand up, jump to the right, jump to the left. Good, she's going to do that again. Remember, the most important thing is for her squat first. Her arms are going to go out in front of her when she squats, and then she leaps back, keeping that back long, straight and strong, hop over and hop back. Now I'm going to have Angela turn and face you. Angela, let's go ahead and face them so they can see your squat. Make sure your knees are wide. There you go. She places her hands down on the floor, extends out, hops back in, comes back up, hops over, and hops back. You notice how when she hops, she keeps her knees soft on the landing. There you go. So Angela, after this one, she's going to show modification. So she's walking it in instead of jumping over and back. Let's try that again. She squats, walks 1 foot out, 1 foot back, comes back in. She's going to hop over or walk over and tap back. Let's show that from the side view after this one. Go ahead. She's going to squat, hands down, walk it back.
Oh, sorry.
That's okay. Let's walk it back this time, showing the option here. Good, walking it back in. Step over to the right, step over to the left, take it right back down. There you go. So make sure your bars are far away. Nice job. Last one here. Bring it back in. Awesome work. All right, grit participants, we hope you enjoyed this video, and we hope that this helps you to attend all of our classes. We'll be sending out other videos on our other grit classes, the plyo and cardio soon. We'll let you know when they're out. I hope you enjoy grit.